All right, globalization is the increased interaction and dependence on various people around the world. This is what we're going to be talking about, the good characteristics and the bad characteristics of globalization. But first, let's get into just what globalization is. Some examples of globalization is just the spread of culture. How Hollywood movies are seen all around the world. The World Cup is where countries from all over the globe come together and compete in this football or soccer competition. Reggae music, or if you want to, hip hop, or both genres of music that are listened to throughout the world. Here we can see this traditional Muslim watching an American movie. So some of the causes of globalization. The two biggest ones are transportation increases and communication. Large freight shipping, high-speed rail, planes, interstate highways all make it easier to travel around the world. You also have communication increases, the internet, cell phones, mass media, which allows ideas to spread throughout the world. Then, in addition to that, you also have many agreements that are made which allow trade to be opened up, which free trade up between countries and allow them to trade without tariffs or barriers. The North Atlantic Free Trade Organization, NAFTA, was created between countries in the North Atlantic. The General Agreement on Trades and Tariffs, or the GATT. The World Trade Organization, Mercosur, ASEAN. All these different organizations try to remove the restrictions to trade around the world. You also have capitalism is freeing businesses from government control. So if the governments aren't controlling them, they can basically do what they need to do to make the most money. And a lot of businesses become what's called a multinational corporation. They are located in different spots around the world so that they can get the resources for as cheap as they can get it, manufactured for as cheaply as they can, and sell it to people who are willing to pay the most money for it. Some big examples of this are Starbucks, Walmart, the Royal Dutch Shell, which is a gas company, oil company, which you would recognize as Shell gas station. Now, some of the benefits of globalization, there are good aspects and bad aspects. Some of the good aspects are that it's spread democracy. It allows for some economic growth, with at least in some countries, not all countries. It allows people access to cheaper goods so that they can buy things for cheaper rather than have to buy more expensive goods. It allows cultural diffusion. It allows people to be exposed to new ideas. And more people have access to education. And also, the Green Revolution has spread, which is basically using technology, chemical fertilizers, pesticides, genetically engineered foods, which increases the agricultural production and helps feed people that might otherwise go through famines. You also have a lot of social welfare programs provided for people who can't get things for themselves. Medicine, food, water, disaster relief. And in this genre of social welfare, you have a lot of non-governmental organizations, and to some extent governmental organizations, that help with this social welfare, that help people out that are in need. The Red Cross, Amnesty International, World Health Organization are just a few examples. There are also some bad aspects of globalization. It's not all good. One is the dependency theory, or neo-colonialism. This is when undeveloped countries grow very slow. They are not able to modernize very quickly, and so they're often left dependent on the developed countries for things that they need. They also, another bad aspect is homogenization, where the dominant culture sort of comes in and pushes out the minority culture. And then, as a result of homogenization, you often have the rise of fundamentalism, or people who are willing to fight to protect their traditional culture. It also, as more people are moving around the world and interacting, you have the spread of diseases, especially AIDS, SARS, swine flu, malaria, and a lot of other diseases are spreading more easily. Environmental damage is also increasing. As population increases, urbanization increases, and natural habitat is destroyed. And a big example of this is clear cutting for timber or farmland. Pollution increases the more we move around the world. We're burning fossil fuels, which increases global warming. So you have a lot of negative aspects as well to globalization.